the most insane AI news this week, and buckle up because this week in AI is absolutely wild. Elon just dropped Grok 3 and it's beating nearly every AI model out there in the benchmarks. But that's not even the craziest part. We've got Perplexity launching an uncensored version of their model, Microsoft prepping for GPT 4.5, and Google's co-scientist AI just solved a problem in 2 days that took humans 10 years. Plus, I'll show you some mind-blowing new AI tools that are completely changing the game for video generation and robotics. Hey, I'm Julian, Goldie's AI avatar. While Julian is out helping clients crush their SEO and scale with AI automation, I'm here to break down the most insane AI developments that just dropped this week. Stay tuned, because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about these massive AI developments and how they could impact your business. First up, let's talk about what everyone's buzzing about. Grok 3. XAI dropped on Monday, and what they released is absolutely mind-blowing. Right now, Grok 3 is sitting at #1 on LM Arena. If you're not familiar with LM Arena, think of it like a blind taste test for AI models. You give it a prompt, it gives you 2 responses from different AIs, without telling you which is which, and you pick your favorite. That's how they build their rankings. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Grok 3 isn't just winning by a small margin, it's crushing it in nearly every category they tested. We're talking competition math, graduate-level Google proof questions, live code generation, basically anything you throw at it. But here's something fishy that caught my attention. They didn't compare it to Claude 3.5 Sonnet in their coding benchmarks. And if you know anything about AI coding, you know that's the model most developers are actually using right now. Speaking of benchmarks, check this out. They gave Grok 3 a prompt to create a game that combines 2 classic games. What it came up with is wild. It actually merged Pong and Breakout into this entirely new game concept. We're talking about AI that's not just copying stuff anymore, it's getting creative. Now, let me blow your mind with something else. Grok 3 comes with 2 game-changing features. First, there's Deep Search Mode. Think of it like Google's Deep Research, but without the $200 monthly price tag. And then there's Think Mode, where it actually shows you its entire thought process in real time. But here's the kicker. And this is something most people aren't talking about. Elon's making this available for free right now. We don't know how long this free period is going to last, but if you want to test it out, you can jump on grok.com or use it directly on X. The thing about Grok 3 that most people aren't focusing on is its speed. The model is crazy fast, both for coding and for general responses, but here's the really interesting part. Beneath that speed, it's got 2 game-changing features you need to know about. First up, there's Deep Search Mode. Think of it like ChatGPT's Deep Research, but you don't have to pay $200 a month for it. And then there's Think Mode, where it actually shows you its entire reasoning process in real time. I'll show you both of these in action in just a minute. But first, let me tell you what makes this release really different. XAI doubled their computing power from 100,000 GPUs to 200,000 GPUs. That's 15 times more processing power than Grok 2. And you can feel the difference. Now here's the crazy part, and this might not last long, but right now you can try all of this for free over at grok.com, x.com, or through their mobile app. Elon says it's free for a limited time, so if you want to test this out, now's your chance. When they put Grok 3 to the test, it did something really interesting with game creation. They gave it a simple prompt: create a game that combines 2 classic games and make it look pretty. Without any other guidance, it took Pong and Breakout and merged them together into this entirely new game concept. Pong, with breakout mechanics in the middle. This really shows how Grok's creativity goes beyond just copying things. It's actually blending different ideas together in new ways. And speaking of blending things together, that's not the only area where we're seeing incredible progress. Perplexity just released something called R1 1776. It's basically like a supercharged version of DeepSeek's R1 model, but they did some extra training to remove biases and make it give more accurate information. The cool thing is anyone can use this through their API, plus they've made all the model weights available on Hugging Face. But here's where things get really interesting. OpenAI is making some big changes too. According to TechCrunch, they're completely overhauling how they train their models to embrace more intellectual freedom. This means they'll answer more questions on controversial topics while staying neutral instead of taking sides. And speaking of big changes, Microsoft just dropped some huge news about GPT 4.5 and GPT 5. According to The Verge, they're gearing up their servers for these new models right now. We could see GPT 4.5 as soon as next week, with GPT 5 coming around late May. Now, GPT 4.5 won't have the thinking capabilities like chain of thought reasoning, But when GPT-5 comes out, they're planning to merge everything together. Instead of having different models for different types of thinking, they'll have one model that adjusts its thinking based on what the task needs. But here's something even crazier that just dropped. Google's new AI co-scientist just solved a problem in 48 hours that took human scientists 10 years to crack. I'm not even joking. These microbiologists have been trying to figure out why certain superbugs are immune to antibiotics, and Google's AI just walks in and solves it in 2 days. The scientists were so shocked, they literally emailed Google asking if they had access to their computer. Speaking of Google, they just released this insane new model called Polygemma 2 Mix. This thing is like a Swiss Army knife for computer vision. It can do everything from reading text to answering questions about images, all in one model. The crazy part, it's completely open source. You can just grab it from Hugging Face and start building with it. But wait till you hear what Google's doing for advertisers. They've built this AI system that can generate stock photos of people that look completely real. You just describe what you want, like person cooking, hit generate, and bam, you've got a whole set of professional looking stock photos. And if you're an iPhone user, Google's got something special for you too. You know that circle to search feature that Android users have been bragging about? Well, now it's on iPhone. Plus, they've rolled out deep research right into the Gemini app on both iOS and Android. Let me tell you about some of the coolest robot stuff happening right now. The NBA's Adam Silver just showed off how they're using these insane new robots to help train players with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, these robots can literally replicate any player's moves. As one of the players said, they just treat them like any other player on the court now. But here's where it gets really wild. Meta just announced they're getting into the humanoid robot game. They're teaming up with companies like Trae Robotics and Figure AI to build robots that can do household chores. They're not building their own Meta-branded robots yet, but they're definitely cooking something up. Speaking of Figure, you've got to see this demo they just dropped. They've got these things called Helix robots that work completely autonomously, and get this, they work together without even talking to each other. It's like they've got some kind of robot telepathy going on. You just show them some objects they've never seen before, and they figure out where everything goes and work together to put it all away. And if you think that's wild, wait till you see what Clone just revealed. They've built what they're calling the world's first bipedal musculoskeletal android. Now, I'm not going to play the music from their demo video because I don't know the copyright status, but imagine this creepy, dark music playing while you watch this humanoid robot with actual human-looking muscles hanging from the ceiling. It's both amazing and terrifying at the same time. One of the most mind-blowing tools that just dropped is Trae AI, which comes from ByteDance, TikTok's parent company. Here's what makes it insane. You can use Claude 3.5 Sonnet completely free, plus build games, tools, websites, and apps without touching a line of terminal code. What's really wild is how easy it is to use. You literally just say something like, create a snake game, and it builds it, lets you preview it, and helps you host it, all from idea to finished product in minutes. And you can preview everything locally before deploying. What sets it apart from things like Grok or ChatGPT is that you can keep coming back to your projects and files. They don't disappear into some chat history. Plus, it can even clone entire websites from just a screenshot and spin them into fully working sites. And unlike Cursor, which charges $20 a month for unlimited completions, Trae AI seems to have no limits at all. You can build as much as you want, completely free. It's basically game over for expensive developers. With tools like this, you can build pretty much anything you can imagine using AI without spending a dime. Here's something absolutely game-changing that just dropped. Cline 3.4. The craziest part. It's completely free to download. They've added this MCP marketplace that lets you connect to apps instantly. We're talking Google Calendar, Shopify, Spotify, Discord, you name it. But here's what makes it really special. You can use Claude 3.5 Sonnet completely free through OpenRouter. Just grab an API key, plug it in, and you've got access to one of the most powerful AI models out there without paying a dime. The coolest feature they added is this visual flowchart system right in your chat. Need to plan out a project? Just tell it what you want to build, and it creates these beautiful flowcharts showing you exactly how everything connects. And check this out, they've also added Alibaba's Qwen 2.5, DeepSeek, and AWS support. Plus, you've got these advanced settings for controlling how much autonomy the AI has. I tested it out by having it create a landing page from scratch. All I did was ask it to do a deep research report on DeepSeek and turn it into a website. In literally 5 minutes, it had researched everything, designed a beautiful page with all my brand colors, and even set up the hosting on Netlify. The craziest part, it looked better than my own website. There's also this crazy new development with DeepSeek AI Agents that's absolutely game-changing. Here's what's wild. You can build these one-click AI agents completely free with Vector Shift. You just plug in DeepSeek R1 through their open-source API, set up your pipelines, which is way simpler than it sounds, and you've got yourself a fully functioning AI agent. The system's got three main parts: a chatbot that handles inputs, a knowledge base that lets you feed in your own info, like research, brand details, whatever, and the AI agent itself running on DeepSeek R1. The crazy part, you can export this as an embeddable chatbot for your website. Just grab the code, paste it in, and boom, you've got an AI assistant running on your site. You can even customize the colors, add your logo, all that stuff. But here's the best feature. You can hook it up to all kinds of apps through MCP servers. We're talking Gmail, Google Calendar, Airtable, pretty much anything you want to automate. I tested it out by having it create content about SEO training in Japan. Not only did it write a killer article, it even threw in Japanese characters and linked to my funnels, all from one click. Let me show you something wild happening in the audio and accessibility space. Spotify just teamed up with ElevenLabs in a deal that's going to completely change how we consume books. Authors can now use ElevenLabs to generate the narration for their audiobooks. And here's the crazy part. Spotify is actually going to allow these AI-generated audiobooks on their platform, but that's not even the craziest accessibility breakthrough this week. NVIDIA just dropped this insane new platform that's revolutionizing how people learn sign language. Get this. American Sign Language is already the third most used language in the United States, and now you can learn it through AI at SSA.com. Here's what makes it mind-blowing. You can either learn ASL from scratch, or if you already know sign language, you can actually teach the model by recording yourself signing. It's like Duolingo, but using your camera to watch your hand movements in real time. It shows you exactly how to position your hands, gives you instant feedback, and helps you master each sign step by step. I tried it out myself. You just position your face in this box they give you, put your hand in a blue circle if you're right-handed, and it guides you through everything from basic signs to complex sentences. The model watches your movements through your camera and tells you instantly if you're doing the signs correctly. This is the kind of AI development that actually changes lives. Instead of having to find and pay for a sign language tutor, anyone can now learn ASL at their own pace, completely free, with AI giving them personalized feedback every step of the way. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you want to get access to all the prompts and everything else we covered today, I've got a full SOP on this inside the AI Profit Boardroom, along with all my best workflows on how to make money with AI agent workflows, and a full 3-hour course on DeepSeek. You'll get tons of video tutorials and all my best SOPs and templates, and we're adding new content every single day. Plus, you'll join an amazing community of people all trying to scale their business, make money, and save time with AI. You get weekly coaching calls with me where you can ask any questions live, and if you can't make the Q&As, we record them for you to watch back. We've already got 170 members, and we just launched this month, so the beta pricing won't last long. Make sure you grab your lifetime discount now before prices go up. And if you want a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visits per month and generate hundreds of thousands in sales on autopilot, go ahead and book that free link building acceleration session. You'll get a free SEO domination plan custom tailored to your business, discover our secret link building strategies, and learn how to 10x your traffic based on what's working for us and our happy clients. Links for everything are in the comments and description. Really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.